Hey guys, Marcel Leblanc here, founder and lead financial coach with Onvisor, and welcome to Onvisor TV, a video series designed to help you with your finances as well as your life. So on today's episode, we're going to cover 3 easy steps to setting up a successful savings and investment plan. Now, I've noticed that a lot of people hesitate setting up or starting to set up their investment or retirement planning because they think it's such a tall order, that it's going to be overly complicated, and and I understand, but at the end of the day, if you follow these steps properly, you will be well on your way to setting up a successful savings and investment plan. Now, before you can set up a savings and investment plan, you got to make sure that you earn more than you make, that your income, what lands in your bank account, is more than what's going out. That way you can establish what your savings budget is. So it doesn't matter what your savings budget is, this will still apply to you, but different degrees of savings budget will mean different things, how many of these you can accomplish in the early years. But gradually you will move towards applying all 3 steps. So the first step you need to do when setting up a savings plan is to make sure that your immediate needs, your short-term needs, are taken care of. So these you have in cash savings. So open up 1, 2, or 3 different bank accounts, whether you need to separate them for different needs. So these are things like your property taxes, your vacation account, things you need for your kids, and unexpected expenses like winter tires, etc. So that, because you need them in the short term, you just leave them as cash in your bank account. So what you want to do is every single paycheck or every single month, however you do your budgeting, you put money so that your immediate or short-term needs are taken care of, right? So that actually goes and complements your lifestyle that's happening up here. So that's to make sure you don't accumulate debt, or you don't actually go and dip into your emergency and retirement buckets prematurely because of something you could have taken care of first and foremost. So first thing you do is take care of your immediate needs. The second thing is you set up a TFSA emergency account. Now this is a TFSA investment account. I'm not talking about a TFSA cash savings account at the bank. I'm talking about opening up a TFSA where you're going to invest for the medium to long term, right? So again, you're going to take some of that savings budget and throw it into your emergency TFSA. Now the third and final step is you got to get pretty darn serious about saving for retirement, and most people will do this through an RRSP, right? And you're going to invest through that RRSP. Now both of these buckets, the last 2 buckets, are investment buckets. Now the reason one's a TFSA and one's an RSP is the TFSA, if there is an emergency, like losing your job or getting ill, etc. We're not talking about an emergency trip to Cuba here. We're talking about real major financially devastating emergencies. You have that tax-free cash that you can take out. So this emergency bucket serves as a backstop so that you never ever have to dip into your RSPs, which are taxable when you take them out. So the first thing is taking care of your immediate needs, making sure that the stuff you know you're going to have to dish out and pay for is taken care of. After that, steps 2 and 3 are the first steps towards preparing your retirement and your long-term savings. Because if you don't have an emergency along your lifetime, which we all presume we're not, well, your TFSA investment and your RSP investment are both going to become your retirement buckets. But at least this one serves a purpose other than just being a retirement savings. And once you have these buckets more or less taken care of, any overflow goes towards the later buckets. So once you're taking care of number 1, any extra savings goes into bucket number 2. Once bucket number 2 is healthy and good, any extra savings goes into bucket number 3, because that third and final bucket is a massive, massive bucket to fill. So doesn't matter where you find yourself in your stage of life or your stage of setting up your savings plan. Maybe you have to move forward or step back, but these are the steps you should be considering when setting up a savings and investment plan. So if this was helpful for you, in any way, imagine how a personalized discussion based on your unique circumstances and your questions would help you. So I would encourage you to book a Onvisor session if this was helpful for you, or at least consider it. So remember, liking and sharing these videos helps us tremendously and may even help the people around you. So please don't forget to share this if you found it helpful. And until next time, cheers guys.